One opportunity that always presents itself constantly in a workplace is perfecting your interaction with other people. It's a relationship. Just like your personal relationships that you have at home, you have relationships with every single person you're interacting with. And we need to learn to perfect those. And by perfecting those, we perfect ourselves. Why? What happens naturally, as we've discussed earlier, is we've had experience in our lives. Those experiences have carved you. They've carved your sense of good and bad and what you like and what you don't like, what you're afraid of and what you desire, etc. These are not things you decided. They are things that your environment and your experiences left these impressions. These impressions got left on top of you. So now what happens is when you look out into the world, what you see is yourself. You know that. You've all heard that before. So you look outside because you're looking through the glasses of your own personal experiences. Everything looks that way. Well, that's not a good foundation for working with other people. And what you're going to find out is that you become very critical of other people. So if you're a boss, when you look at other people, you think that your employees, they should be doing things the way you thought, the way you do them. So what it comes down to is, how do I use my interaction with the people in my workforce, in my workplace, to perfect myself so that I learn how to get along with people that are different than me? The beauty of when you go home, there's a handful of people, 1, 2, 3, your family. When you go to the workplace, there's lots of people. And so you get this tremendous opportunity to learn how to work with diversity. People are diverse. So how do I go about working with people? First, you start by neutralizing yourself. You realize that your view of how it should be done, what everything is just your view. So you try to listen to what other people are trying to say through their actions about how they would go about doing it. Now, I could give you a nice talk about how everybody has contribution, everybody has something to give, and just give them an opportunity. Let's say you're past that. And what you see is that things are not being done in a way that is constructive or ultimately efficient. You're the boss, you're somebody in a position, that's your responsibility to get things running as good as possible, as even, as smooth and effective as possible, efficient as possible. So how do I deal now with a person who's going about their business and it's not coming out that way? I look at it as an opportunity to perfect the universe. It is not something against the other person. I'm not criticizing the other person, even within myself. They're not doing anything wrong. The universe created them. They are the result of everything that caused them to be the way they are. Everything's that way. And I've now been put in a position where I can help to raise the universe, to help it run more smoothly, help it run better. So you start off with a constructive view that if something is not perfect in front of you, that's a good thing. That's an opportunity for you. It doesn't get you upset, doesn't make you frustrated, doesn't make you angry. Therefore, when you approach the other person, you're not putting them on a defensive point of view. If you cause defensiveness in another person, you've not done your job, because nobody does good based on defensive or fear. That is not a foundation for good work. So basically, you approach it from the point of view of that person is me, and I have these blockages, I have this inability to see something. How do I work with myself? How do I change this? And a lot of times you'll end up working with the person not even about the thing that you want to talk about. You start working at another level with the person and help them work through what issues they have that are causing them to be the way they are. And it becomes a friendship. It becomes a beautiful experience. You find that your entire interaction with every single person in your life is giving. You are serving. That's all you're doing. It is your job to help it be the best that it can be. They're not serving you. I'm CEO of a company with all these people. They're not serving me. I'm here to serve them. I'm here to help them be better. It reminds me of a conversation I had once in business with a very, very intelligent person. This was a very successful, brilliant person who had started companies of his own that got very big. And he was in a very high position in a company we had merged with. And he was brilliant. I mean, he was a genius. Genius in marketing, genius in business. But he was impossible to get along with. Whoever he worked with would walk away. Literally, I saw a grown man cry, right? Because he was so smart that he would tear them to pieces. And I loved him. He was a beautiful being. And I remember one conversation I had with him, and we were peers, and I just said to him, you were given this brilliance to help people, not to destroy them. You should look at it as a tremendous gift that was given to you, And if you go and you approach other people that aren't as smart as you and you make them feel lowly and torn down, you're not using your gift properly. You use it to raise people, to let your brilliance help them be better. So I'm saying the same thing, even though we're not all geniuses like that any position we're in where we have an opportunity that we saw that somebody didn't do something optimally, and there's an opportunity to do it better, you become a servant, not a critic. It is my job to help you do it better. If I am the team lead, it is my job that everyone on that team be the best that they can be so that the whole team be the best. But that doesn't happen by yelling at them. That doesn't happen by criticizing. That doesn't happen by saying you would do it so much better. You have to find a way to raise them. So the opportunity to work with people's imperfections, and we all have imperfections, is you're not only helping the workplace, you're not only helping the team, you're actually helping this person. You're helping them grow spiritually. So you're growing spiritually, they're growing spiritually, the whole workplace is doing better. This is how you work with problems that other people are having. You become the servant. It is my job to find a way to raise this, even if it takes some time. And if you do that, you will be the best manager, the best team leader that could possibly exist in any position.